Well, in the Netherlands, decentralization is very far-reaching, and municipalities have lots of competences, and also the national government clearly sees that local governments are important actors in the implementation and also feeding back into national policies. With this background, the VNG, it was a natural decision to start working in other countries because we have this strong local government. We see that in many of our projects, some of which are, for example, in very fragile states, that after wars or natural disasters, that the first step to actual recovery and to moving forward is usually at the level of the local administration. We work in South Sudan as an example, and what we see is that after civil unrest, many of the basic services need to be put back in place for people to get a better living again. Which is what we're aiming for in the end in all our programs. In Benin, we've had 3 Dutch municipalities who had twinnings for many years. When we set up our programs, we always try to integrate Dutch skills and experience from municipalities where possible. And here it was a natural choice to work with those municipalities who also have a real experience with the country. Benin is a country which is actually rather stable, developing country. I think they've had local government elections now for 4 periods of 4 or 5 years, so that there's quite a long tradition of moving towards decentralization. At the same time, the national government is not very willing to also decentralize budgets, so there's no fiscal decentralization, and also sometimes a mismatch between what the national government is setting up in terms of policies and budgets and what the reality on the ground in the communities looks like. A couple of years ago, a big new law was passed on the national level concerning all the regulations about land. They have established a national entity who will take care of managing all the local registries, and they want to have offices in all municipalities who feed them with this data. In fact, before all of this, the municipalities were in charge of land registration, so there's a big change on the ground. And we are working with municipalities to pilot the consequences of the new law in the local community. So what does it mean in practice? What is being prescribed in this law? How does it work out in the municipalities and even in the villages, which are even more rural? And we are then, what we do is we collect all this evidence and also try to work with the law and try to help municipalities to play their implementing role. So it's a lot of capacity building, in fact. And then we help the municipalities to bring all of these experiences back to the national association in Benin, so the National Association of Municipalities, who then sits at the table with the national government on behalf of all municipalities. A challenging project because land is very sensitive, a very sensitive matter. But it shows that there can really be that the perspective on an issue can be completely different at the local level and at the national level. And the need to always build this bridge. And as an association of local governments in the Netherlands, we also know that associations can really play this intermediary role, because for a rural municipality it is not at all evident that they can step to the national government and tell their story. We help the association as well in improving their lobby skills, in improving their service delivery to their members. So